Hold on, let me go to the YouTube side. Make sure we on YouTube and we gonna get it in. All right. Y'all, are we live? Give me just a second. I'm just trying to verify that we are on. Let me go back over here. Do this. All right. Here. On channel. Should have had this done. Yeah, we live. Y'all give me just a second, man. We finna get started here. All right. First, I'm gonna say peace and Black African power. We'll be right back. I'm gonna play this song by, I guess, Obafemi, and we'll be right back.
It's over, yeah. Obafemi, man, you know it. It's so, Shout out to United First. Yeah. Hey. Cognitive dissonance, colonized indigenous minds, bodies, innocence, European participants, Jesus no deliverance, rebellion with militants, culturally different, rape, murder incidents, justice no equivalence, lyrical abolitionists, ancestral reverence, soul music the resonance, mind sharp like elephants, melanin glow, elegance, imperial pestilence, governmental negligence, miracle black excellence, manipulate the elements, formulate with eloquence, bars of social relevance, United Snakes decadence, African-centered preference, my people set the precedence, MCE the delegates, go and check the references, get it out the sediment, evaporate impediments, this that shit excrement, our story indefinite, saying comfort by increments, body temple instrument, tuned into the infinite, over.
All right. First, I want to say peace and Black African power. Welcome back to Kofi Piesie TV. This is a new edition. Hope we can get this new edition started. This is the Warrior Scholars Hip Hop edition. Again, like I said, I want to say peace and Black African power. I want to say ETM Hotep. ETM Hotep just means to bring forth peace. Dua Aku, Dua Neche, Fatmu Alafie, Fatmu Riri, Fatmu Iwa Pele, Majuba Iba Ie Gungun, Majuba Iba Ie Gungun, Majuba Iba Ie Lakba, Majuba Iba Ie Lakba, Igungun, Kiki, Igungun. Hey, Sutek, please share the show for me, brother Sutek. I always want to give honor and praises to the ancestors, because without the ancestors, we wouldn't be here. We are our ancestors. I also want to extend honor and praises to the true and living elders according to an African perspective and from an African worldview. Because over here, as I always stress, just because you are older than me does not make you an elder. If you doesn't meet the criteria from an African worldview or from an African perspective. Before I get into the interview with my good brother, you know, we had to do a few little things promote. Let me go here real quick. First, I want to say, you know, just can tell y'all, you know, to keep supporting the new Independent African Academy. Again, this is a academy or a community where you're safe, that we don't have to worry about any of the confusion or chaos. So appreciate those who've been supporting the new Independent African Academy. Go to our Family Connect Apparel, our Mboka Family Connect Apparel online apparel store and get your new Independent African Academy t-shirts. It's cold outside. We're supposed to be cold outside. I don't know about anywhere else, but over here today the weather is 70 degrees outside. It was freezing the last 2 days. It's hot outside, but it's hoodie season. So go get your new Independent African Academy hoodies. They are also available on our Mboka Family Connect Apparel store. My book, please go get Beautiful Lessons About Kimoyo. If you don't have Beautiful Lessons About Kimoyo, please go purchase that copy. It's available on our publishing company, Same Tree Different Branch Publishing. Also, go get our volume 4. Is it our volume 4? Yeah, our volume 4, Spearmaster Historical Survey in the Minds of African Warrior Scholars, volume 2. It is also available on our publishing company, Same Tree Different Branch Publishing. What SARS-CoV taught me, go get that copy. It is also available on our publishing company. And our new coloring book. We have a coloring book out, a learning coloring book. As the kids color, they will learn. You know what I'm saying? So it is also available on our Same Tree Different Branch publishing company. All right. Now that I got that over, I'm gonna read the goals, mandates, and then we'll get into the interview. Yeah, Sutek, it's hot out here, man. It's hot. But let me go over here and read this, and we'll get into the interview. Let's see if I can pull it back up. All right. I always said I'll read the our goals, our mandates, our codes of conduct. So this is the new Independent African Academy community mandates. Never talk down on another NIAA member in public. No pseudo. Number 3, research methodology. Methodology must be followed. Number 4, teach those that are ready and willing to learn. Number 5, support the other members. Number 6, disagreements handled in private. Number 7, no one is above correction. Number 8, Number 8, we must stand for Black Africans, its descendants, and diaspora. Number 9, zero tolerance for dishonesty. Number 10, Iwariri, the standards for as how one must conduct themselves. Number 11, for those that may not know what Iwariri is good character. You may hear us say Iwariri. You hear a lot of people say Iwapele. Iwapele doesn't mean good character. It means shoot, I done forgot exactly what Iwapele means. But it's not good character. Iwariri is good character. Number 11, no selfless acts. Number 12, no scamming. Number 13, no paraphernalia. Number 14, no disrespect to Black women. Number 15, race first. Number 16, supporting Black businesses. Number 17, integrity. Number 8, must possess the will to learn. Number 19, each one teach one, as I say, the phrase that I coin, as I learn, we all learn. Also, these are our goals that we are achieving and some that we want to achieve in the near future. Number 1 is produce more authors. That is our goal, is to get more people that look like us to tell our own story. So to, more people that understand research methodology and who are honest and try to be as accurate as possible when they're writing about especially about our story. Number 2, producing exceptional men and women. Number 3, institutions for learning. Number 4, entrepreneurships. Number 5, scientific literacy. Number 6, scholarships for the youth. Number 7, long-lasting marriages. Number 8, creating rites of passages. Number 9, unifications. Number 10, multiple support groups. So those are our codes of conducts and our goals. Some of those goals, like I said, we are already we're already achieving, but we hope we are able to achieve it on a bigger scale later on within the future. So first, I want to y'all to give it up for our guest, Obafemi. Oh Lord, I'm on the wrong thing. I was supposed to do the cloud. Hold on. Y'all, give me 1 second. Let me go back. All right, now give it up for our brother. All right, now again, like I said, appreciate you, man, for coming on, man, the platform, man. I appreciate you. I know we've been, our schedule's been conflicting when we wasn't able to get the first show off, man, and we've been working on it, and now we able to get this show off, man. So, man, could you please briefly introduce yourself, man, for those that may not know who you are? You off mute. All right. All right. Hey, Sutek, hold on, Sutek. You saying his sound is kind of, you saying his sound kind of low? Hold on, because I think they saying your sound is low. Now he's saying the volume. Let me, Sutek, let me know what you're saying. Is his sound? Because I think he's saying is your sound, because you do sound a bit low now. You was a little louder a while ago. Now you sound a little low. Say something else.
What about now? Can you hear me better now?
Yeah, we kind of. I can hear you a little bit better. What about y'all? Can y'all hear him better now? Let me know. I don't want to get, because they were saying he's saying you sounded a little muffled. Can y'all? Is he sounding better now? I don't want to go any further till we. Yeah. What about now? Yeah, your level sound a little bit louder now. You okay? He's saying he can't. What's the name? Superstar show saying, no, you sounding. He's still sounding low. It says Sutek saying it's a little bit better, because it was sounding a little bit muffled. But it's still hard to hear.
Still hard to hear.
Yeah, what about now? You sound a little bit better than me. It's louder. I can't say that. It's still a little bit muffled, but it's not. Y'all let us know. Let us know. We're trying to get his volume right before we get into it, because I don't want to have the interview and then we can't hear him clearly. So what about now? I know it's a little delay on the end. Are y'all able to hear him now? Sutek, anybody? Ben, anybody?
How do I?
It's you loud, but it's sounding kind of muffled. Obafemi. What are you? What you on a laptop? You on a tablet? What you? Maybe just continue, because it's not. You on a laptop? Do you got some? What about some headphones? You got some headphones? See what that? Let's see what that work a little bit different, because yeah, it is sounding kind of muffled. Maybe just continue, because it's not improving. They say it's not improving.
I can try to grab some earbuds and try that.
Yeah, let's try that. They say, yeah, try the headphone. Let's try the headphone. That might do. All right. Y'all he'll be right back. Y'all gonna try. We're trying to get it sound right, because I couldn't even hear through my headphones. I still can't hear him through my headphones for some reason. And it was a little bit muffled when before we got started and we was talking, but it didn't sound that bad. It done got worse since we got live. So give us a second, man, and we'll get started, man. I definitely want to get into the interview, man, and get to know a little bit more. Let y'all get to a little bit more about Obafemi, man. So y'all please like and share the show. Please share the show. I hadn't got a chance, man, to share the show, man, but please share the show, man. He should be back. I mean, and hopefully those headphones should do the job. I think that should clear up some of the issues he's having on that end. But yeah, Sutek, man, if you had, man, please share the show. I'm gonna go ahead and start sharing it too while he come back. But till he come back, what I'll do is I'll play his song again until he get back. Here, give me 1 second. Play his song and we'll be right back.
It's over. Yeah. Obafemi, man. You know it. It's so. Shout out to United First. Yeah. Hey. Yeah. Cognitive dissonance, colonized indigenous minds, bodies, innocence, European participants, Jesus no deliverance, rebellion with militants, culturally different, rape, murder incidents, justice no equivalence, lyrical abolitionists, ancestral reverence, soul music the resonance, mind sharp like elephants, melanin glow, elegance, imperial pestilence, governmental negligence, miracle black excellence.
Well, why till he get back here, man? Well, shoot, I'll wait till more people are able to pop in, man. But yeah, like I said, y'all give us just a second, man. He's trying to get his sound right, man, and we'll get into the interview. Like I said, hopefully these earbuds, man, help out. I was finna pose a question, but I'll wait to do that. So y'all just be patient. I know a lot of y'all, man, ain't got no patience, but yeah, just be patient just for a second, please. Excuse me. I'll tell you, they don't, man. They'll pop in, man, and then they'll pop right on up out of here, man. If it, excuse me, attention span, I tell you. Look at my wife. Peace to my wife. She's in the chat. She's a any erection in a female body.
Yeah, earbuds
They ain't working. They ain't working. Yeah, what can it, you sound a little bit better, y'all? You sound a little bit better, man, because I know I had this issue one time before. Is he sounding a little bit better? We'll kind of keep going, and we'll kind of keep going, and if they say they tell them to talk, so we'll just kind of keep going. If it's too low for them, or too muffled, they'll let us know. Let us know, man. But let's get into it, man. Reintroduce yourself, because I know a lot of people weren't able to hear you a while ago, man. So kind of reintroduce yourself, man, for people that may not know who Obafemi is.
Yo, so I'm Brother Obafemi from Pine Bluff, Arkansas. Father, husband, artist, 1/3 of the music group MCE. Active in the community, and a brother who just want to see better for our people, man. That's pretty much something we love.
Okay. What about that, y'all? Was y'all able to hear what my brother said? Or are the levels still the same? Let us know. Well, let's see what they say. I know it's like a lit 60-second delay for their ears to respond, but y'all let us know what the volumes are like. Like I said, because I wanted y'all to be able to hear my brother clearly. It says, so are y'all able to hear him? That's what I'm asking. It seemed, so you saying you're able to hear him, Sutek? A little low, but I can hear him. Okay, so we'll keep on. Y'all just let me know if y'all can't hear hear my brother. But man, name man some of the last books you read, man, or some of the books that you are currently reading. Yeah. Hold on, let me.
I probably read twice.
Yeah, that's Baba M. Hotep book, African Manhood in the 21st century. Yeah, I interviewed him that's my second interview with him last week. So that's the last piece of literature that you read. Okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead. I'm
currently reading a book by Kofi Piesie called Spirituality Before Religion. So I'm just getting started.
Okay. Okay. What about what I tell you? What about a piece of literature? Far as I see you children wise, let's say children wise too, because I see you, I see you a lot. I see you on Instagram. I see you on Facebook, and you're very hands on with your daughter. And I see y'all be, you all get on there and you'll be reading, or have her reading a piece of literature. So what's the last piece of children literature you and your daughter read?
I really can't name it. She'll come to me with 4 or 5 books, and so we'll go through several at a time. And, I want to say she has a favorite. She has a couple of favorites that she has read all the time. One of them is a book, Hey Black Child. Like she can pretty much recite the book, on her own. But she probably reads that like every other day. But that's a favorite book of hers. Like she speaks, so she can read that on her own. There are other books that she's reading on her own right now.
Okay. Okay. Are y'all still able to hear y'all? Let me know if y'all still able to hear here before we go any further. But I just want to make sure, man, that they able to hear you. Because it does sound, and sometimes at some points you sound a little bit, you the levels are, then it's some, and then when you go to talking a little bit more, sometimes it sound a little bit lower. So can y'all still hear Obafemi out there? In time today, I know it's a delay, but we'll keep going. They'll let us know. But like I said, I just wanted to ask. It says, uh, yeah, it says at some points it's muffled. Like at some points you sound, he said, but overall they can hear you. Yes, but at some points it does sound a little muffled. That's when it gets a little bit lower. Um, Man, what does your name mean, man? And I always ask this question. I ask this question to most of the people that come on the panel. They have these names, and I always want them to elaborate on the names, because naming is very important in our culture and our tradition. We have actually one of the first rites of passages is the naming ceremony, and the naming ceremony is very, very, very important. And the names are always attached to that person's destiny. And a person or that brother or that sister may have several different names that mean several different things. So can you, for the audience, man, could you explain what does your name mean and say your whole name? I didn't want to pronounce the whole name because I have a bad. I'm from Mississippi, bro. So I got this thick country accent, and man, I tear words up. So I didn't want to mispronounce your your last name, man. So can you can you say your full name, and can you elaborate, man, on your name?
So I go by the name Obafemi Kinsiedilele. And so the Obafemi is Yoruba, and the Obafemi is the king loves me, the king favors me, I'm favored by the king. The, the, I joined an African Center study group back in about 2007, and one of the tenets of being a part of the study group was had to adopt an African name. So after trying to do some research, and as well as just kind of feeling around, like I was kind of early on my journey, this name stood out originally. The last, what I use as a last name, Kinsiedilele, is my clan name. So Kinsiedilele is a Congo, Bantu Congo origin. And my family line from my mother's side is like fishermen. So Kinsiedilele means people of the fish. And this name was given to me through the divination process. So,
Okay, yeah, that's dope. Okay, so you said your last name was given to you through divination,
yes,
and you said and that last name you said people love to fish.
people of the fish.
Oh,
So
people
fish
of
would be
the
like
fish.
our total.
Mm-hmm. Okay, okay, all right. Um, and y'all let me know if it get muffled where y'all can't hear our brother. Um, but yeah, man. Go ahead. What you say? Let's talk about, man. Well, first I want to ask, man. I know you are. I know you are. But this is just a question. I know you are. Your shirt while ago speaks for itself. But are you a Pan-Africanist? And if so, how do one becomes a Pan-Africanist?
Yes, I would definitely align myself with the ideas, principles, and values of Pan-Africanism. To me, how do you become a Pan-Africanist? For one of the things that you mentioned earlier to me, that good character is part of becoming a Pan-African. Developing your character, and also aligning yourselves to understand the plight of African people on a global scale. So beyond the United States borders, African people exist in many different, we express ourselves in many different ways. But we all have common issues and problems that we face, and we have a common enemy. So Pan-Africanism is developing solutions to the problems and issues that we face on a global scale, but we act locally where we are.
So how do one becomes so oh well, you kind of explained that in some instance for how one can become a Pan-Africanist, because I we always tend to say, like, I'll tell people I'm a Pan-Africanist, I'm a black nationalist, um and and sometimes people don't know, okay, well, what is that, or how one can become that, how can one become a Pan-African. So you kind of explain it, unless you want to go further with that.
So I would at least start with, there are, I would say, a class of scholars that you should learn learn about their lives and what they have brought to the table when it comes to Pan-Africanism. I would also study the history of Pan-Africanism from its examples in ancient Kemet, the way that different groups of African people converged on the Nile Valley, as well as within the Niger River Valley, different African people coming together to create societies, great societies that we had throughout time. Those are some of the oldest examples that I know of Pan-Africanism
My one of the brothers on my research team, Sutek, he has a platform called Niger Valley, man. So I know he love, you mentioning that, and I definitely agree with you, man, on that. They say, y'all, can y'all yeah, so they can hear you. I'm trying to make sure they can still hear you too, man. So, man, um, why is, and like I said, we're gonna get into the music, man. I just wanted to kind of throw out some of these questions, especially about Pan-Africanism, because I see, the works that you actually doing in the community and how you're trying to unify, you know, they said, can you speak closer to the mic? Because I think they can hear you, but okay. Yeah. So that they saying that might help. That might help right there. But yeah, man. So and like I said, we're gonna get into the music, man. We're gonna get into the music. But I like I said, but I wanted to kind of start off with a few questions about Pan-Africanism, because the only reason why I wanted to start off with that before we get into the music and even a little bit more about your background, I wanted, to me, you represent Pan-Africanism. You know what I'm saying? Like that, I went on your page, I looked at some things that I seen on your page, and and some of the stuff that you are actually doing in the community, and the stuff that you're doing for us with your music. You know what I'm saying? So I said, well, I wanted to kind of talk to him a little bit about Pan-Africanism, man, what he think about Pan-Africanism, or how one can become, or I wanted to know what was your thoughts on how one can become a Pan-African. But okay, and with that, man, what Pan-Africanism, man, is Pan-Africanism, man, an important element or an essential key, man, to our liberation?
Most definitely. I definitely think that to kind of add to the answer about how to become a Pan-African, I really think you need an elder or elders. The importance of learning from those who are already on this path, those who are exemplifying, those standards, I think is very crucial. So me being able to join a study group, I've been under pretty rigorous study serious study since about 2007. So I've had a kind of guided path of things that I need to study and make sure that I have a good idea and working knowledge of before I begun to do stuff in the community and things like that. So I definitely think that Pan-Africanism is a tool that imperative that we use to gain African sovereignty. Like, Pan-Africanism is another way of saying race first. We're going to be a sovereign people to govern our affairs.
Right, I can definitely, man, agree with you. I share those same sentiments, man. And I like what you said in the beginning when I asked that question. You said good character, right? And a lot of people, that goes over people's head, that when you align yourself with Africa. And I'm not saying that, and I'm not the person to sensationalize things when things happen. I highlight the highs, and I also highlight the lows. So everything in Africa wasn't always great. Like I said, we always fought amongst each other, but kinsmen gonna fight amongst each other. But Well, and certain things, bad elements get in, but look, when you study the culture, right, and you look at the culture, like over here, most people know this platform, and most of the people I surround myself with have good character, right? So they'll say, oh, okay, Kofi got good character. I had a book release, and I'm back in June, and everybody on the panel, I had, man, a lot of people on the panel, and I strive myself on good character. I didn't tell these people to say this, so they were saying good character, and I understand how important good character is. As a matter of fact, I had a brain fart. Pele means gentle character. My son keeps calling me. I'll call him back, but Pele means gentle character. But I when you study the culture is embedded in making the highest human as possible, the highest humanitarian as possible. And those elements, one of the main elements, where the element which is good character. And with good character comes so many different things behind what we're calling good character. So, and studying the culture, they try to shape Bryson right on cue. Yeah, Sutek, keep Bryson, my son, right on cue. It seems like every time I go live, Obafemi, I don't care. My son gonna call me. He gonna call. It seems like I can been just talk to him. He gonna call. He just gonna call. But shout out to my son. But yeah, but when you look at the culture, good character is one of the key elements, of what we call Kimoyo. And or what people may refer to as African traditional religion or African spirituality. It's about shaping the culture. That go to bad character. I knew the bad character was gonna come in here. My wife was in here. I told y'all my wife is a female form of Sean. Now we got the male version now in the chat. But anyway, but again, good character definitely, man, is a key element. So I like what you said when that was something that you said like right off the rip, man, was good character. And it is, man, for one, to be a Pan-Africanist, I do with many other different things, but one must possess good character. But but let's get into and we'll probably get back, man, to the Pan-Africanist thing, man. But I want to kind of get into your background a little bit. Then I want to get into the music because you are a dope artist. And ever since you sung me that song, Terrorism, and I want to talk about that song too. I've been playing it a couple of times on the platform or whatever. And but man, let's kind of walk people through like how what sparked you to become what we call aware, or what they are calling conscious, woke. Kind of walk us through the journey, man, of how you became aware, and then how you transition that into your music.
That's a good question, man. I would really say, honestly, man, I was born on this journey. Um, my parents ensured that I had a strong foundation in love for learning and reading. So that was instilled in me very young. My mother is a school teacher. My father had got his own business like in 1986. I'm from Pine Bluff, so we're a predominantly black city. Like, so in Arkansas, this is like a mecca for black people. So I kind of grew up in an environment surrounded by blackness. And so my parents planted these seeds in me early on. Consciously, I joined the military at 17. And, I did a school in Korea. When I was 18, I read the autobiography of Malcolm X. That kind of sparked something in me. I got out. I got out the military about 99, early 2000. And when I came home, man, the music, just seemed like it was very watered down and lacked a lot of stuff. And that made me want to write. I'm like, yo, I know I can write something better than this, man. I'm growing up in the era from hearing, Public Enemy and X-Clan, poor righteous teachers. I heard NWAs and the Jews and, Goody Mob and all that too,
So was that your influence? I don't mean to cut y'all. So was that were they your influence? Like when you mentioned Pause and Clan, you mentioned Poor Righteous Teacher. I think you mentioned KRS-One. And you mentioned somebody else. I can't remember exactly who else you mentioned. With those individuals, were you listening to them? Brand Nubian. You didn't mention Brand New, but were they when you heard them? Were you on them at that point? And I'm asking you that because I'm a hip hop enthusiast. Like I did music for years. I had a studio. I recorded. I ain't did nothing in about 9 years. So I've been back on it. I've been trying to get my music back together because I got I understand music. I understand composing instruments. Melodies and different things like that. So I'm trying to get back into it. But when I first started out and started rapping I actually had a CD out in high school. And but I would hear, I was a fan of Ice Cube, but I would hear Pause and Clan, Poor Righteous Teachers, Brand New, all these cats, and they was talking this talk, right? But I wasn't interested in that, bro. Like I really wasn't interested. And now that I'm where I'm at, I appreciate the music that they was spitting. They was dropping jewels in the early 90s, man, 91, 92, 93, 89, you know what I'm saying? And I took what they were saying for granted. So were you appreciative at that time of those people that you named?
So, one of my ultimate favorite, my ultimate album is Baby Train. So this was out when I was 11 years old. Like I played this cassette back and forth like daily, man, and it was so much that he dropped in there. But again, I'm 11 years old, and this is like prior to like what they call gangster rap hit. And so, when gangster rap hit, it was like a bomb on my community. And so the medallions and the dashikis left, and the Malcolm X hats left, and folks is wearing Dickie suits and gangster nights now, you know what I'm saying? So I kind of moved into that phase, and that kind of ruled my mindset till about 23, 24, man. And but those seeds were planted from that music I heard growing up. Like I couldn't be in the hood with my homeboys and listen to the Boogie Down production. I had, you know what I'm saying? So I'm listening to, I'm listening to Snoop Dogg, the Dog Pound, the Spice One, MCA. Like that's what I was jamming. So, but I would hear Common, I would hear Talib Kweli. I started hearing Dead. I was in the military. I was in the chow hall one day, and I remember sitting down to eat lunch, and they had a TV in the chow hall, and I seen this woman physique come on the screen, and it said, "Now that I have your attention," and then I started seeing the brothers jumping around, this nigga and Hill top. I was like, yo, they hit me like a ton of bricks. I was like, yo, this is it right there, In a few months, I got out the military, and like that impact. I was in the army, and they were saying the People's Army on the screen, and that resonated with me. I'm like 19, 20 at this time, so that definitely had an impact on me developing that had some substance, message.
Okay, no doubt. Yeah, no doubt, man. And them other cats, I was on them, man. Dog Pound, Snoop Dogg, man, Spice, every Spice One CD at the time, man. Like, and like I'm saying, but and at that time, like you saying, I seen them, and I didn't appreciate that. Like, in my area, like right now, I listen to I got a Sirius satellite in my cars, so I listen to the 90s hip hop. I believe that, and you can tell me what's your golden era. I believe that the 90s is the golden era of hip hop. We had so much thing, and at that point it was balanced. It was more balanced. You had the ratchet and the gangster stuff, but you had that balance. So like you saying, you had a Poison Clan, you had a brand Nubian, a brand Pooh Bar, you had a KRS-One, and the Boogie Down production. You had the Poor Righteous Teachers, and a few other people at that time that was rocking. You know what I'm saying? So it was balanced. It was a little bit balanced. But the 90s was my golden era for me, and I remember, like you saying, man, in that area with those guys, I thought it was fly, but I didn't think it was fly enough. At that time with the dashikis, the African medallions. Like I got, no matter, it's crazy. I was gonna put my African medallion on. I bought that. I never knew. Once I became aware, conscious, I got to have an African medallion. I remember growing up, and these people that's talking that talk that I'm talking now, man, that's what they wore. This was the outfits. This was the outfits. It was the black leather gloves. It was the berets. It was the dashikis. It was the African medallions. So I got to get me one. So I ended up, a few years ago, I bought me one. I found Amazon was selling them, so I bought me two of them, off of there. But I definitely at that time, man, I didn't appreciate that that them jewels that they was dropping. And when I became aware, all those rappers that those MCs that I neglected, I went back and listened to the music, and it's even powerful today as I listen to some of the stuff. And this stuff is some of this stuff I would listen to is in the early 90s, 91, 92, 93, 94, man. And it still sound good today. And it's still powerful, man. And it's resonating, it's resonating, man, with me, man. So what would be your era, man? Golden, what would you think golden hip hop? What era you think? Is it the early 80s? My son gonna keep calling. I'm gonna have to tell him I'm gonna have to text him and tell him I'm on the phone. Is it the early 80s? Is it the 90s? Is it the 2000, or is you think the golden era is what's going on today with I call it no substance rap. It's no substance rap. People call it mumble rap, but I call it no substance rap. So Most Def, what's the name say? Shout out to AK-47. Yeah, Most Def. He said Most definitely one of those guys as well. I respect, man, that be dropping jewels. But what would be your golden era, man?
I was a teenager in the 90s, man. So it's very hard to believe what like you said, the balance of what came out in the 90s, man. For like I said, I would say that from the late 80s on into the maybe mid 90s to the late 90s, that was very hard, man. It's a very difficult time period to kind of encapsulate and say, yo, what's going on today? I can respect some artists and for what they do today, and some of the artists in the 80s as well, but the 90s, man, I remember going into the store and buying Mac 10 and Digital Planets. Like that's what I'm saying. Like that's the balance of the music that was out during this time. You know what I'm saying? So you can get it. You can get your fix of anything that you want. It was all different types of flavors. Like and the region where the music came from was unique in the sound. As opposed to today, like all of the sounds, a lot of the time the sound of the music today all sound the same. Like you can't really tell who from where no more, or like I missed that about hip hop. Like when I heard rappers from New York, like, you know these cats from New York City. When I heard people from LA, you know this was LA. When I started hearing cats from Memphis, I'm like, yo, man, that Memphis sound it's a very unique sound. So and unless you just really tuned into these areas and know, like you ain't gonna know. Like, I asked these kids today, like, I don't know, man, I just like sound. Like,
yeah,
where people come had a lot to do with how they use the sound and the substance that they put in the music. So,
right. Now it has become a place where everybody want to sound the same. Everybody don't want to have their own identity. And now I'll say this, that you right. I knew when I was a teenager. I'm gonna say I fell in love with hip hop. I wrote my first rap in the 6th grade, and then my first rap. And then when I got to the 7th or 8th grade, I was asked to write something about AIDS, and I did something. I wrote something about AIDS, and the teacher didn't even believe I wrote. So I kind of stuck with it and got with some guys, and we started thing on the cassette tapes or whatever. And like you said, and once I began to fall in love, I started kind of trying to study it. And then, like I'm saying, I would listen to stuff. I would knew that, like you saying, when 3 6 Mafia was out, I knew 3 6 Mafia, Player Fly, who was G6 Mafia, Player Fly, one Yo Gotti wasn't even on the scene yet. It was Black Gangster. It was a few other people I can't remember. But I mean, I'm just saying, but with those sounds, huh? What you say? Yeah, Gangster Pat. So yeah. Yeah, right. Tommy Wright the third. Sutex said Tommy Wright. So, and I was influenced by Gangsta Black. I was influenced by those cats, and I knew their sound. Their sound was distinctive, but it's the South, and it represented the South. And I'm from the South, and Memphis is not that far from me. So I mean, I resonated with it. But I mean, but if I listened to LA, I knew Spice One. I was Spice at that time. Spice One was one of the guys that I listened to heavy. Pac. So I knew the California sound. So now everything is sound the same. But in one instance, I can't say that the South they actually done took over the game. And what I mean by that, you got the East Coast sounding like the South. Like I would listen to I can't even think of the young boy name. I can't think of his name, but he's from New York. And man, you listen to his music, bro, you think this dude from the South. He's from the South. So South has influenced a lot of music. And actually, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but the South is actually took over the game now. So when you talk about hip hop right now, you know what I'm saying, and who's dominating hip hop, the South is dominating hip hop right now because the sound, the cadence, the delivery, the visuals, and what's name, a lot of it, I'm seeing all of this stuff is from the South. Like I'm saying, you look at people down in the Midwest, some of the same visuals, the cadence, the music is all influenced. The East Coast, New York, Jersey, Philly, all those places have been influenced by the South. So am I wrong for saying that the South is actually running, is dominating hip hop right now?
I think you're right on point, man. I mean, that's still where the majority of our people are at anyway. So I would say that the best of our creativity is always been coming out the South. I mean, you can see that in our ancient history. It came up from the South. You know what I'm saying?
That's a fact.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So we've been rocking. Some of our greatest scholars coming out of the South. You know what I'm saying? So some leaders of organizations, all of it. Like the South has produced a lot of great work, a lot of great. So it's definitely going to shine in the music business. And once we got into the game, like we ain't let it loose. You know what I'm saying? So, they booed Outkast when they came to the Source Awards back in 94, 95.
Yep.
Hey, now everybody want to eat off that plate. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. And y'all, everybody thinking the same. Like I'm thinking about Outkast. You mentioned Outkast and Sutex, the same statement that, he made. Andre 3000 at the South got something to say. They was hating on the South. And now everybody want a part of the South. Everybody want to be a part of the South. Right now, man. So are you signed, man? Are you signed to like a independent, you signed to an independent label, or you signed to yourself, man, with your music?
No, I'm not signed to any label or anything like that, man. I've actually been recording music for about 20 years now, man. So I've been with several groups, cliques, and different stuff like that. But I've been a member of the group MCE since about we formed about 2007, 2008. So we've been rocking since about then. I think we put our first project about 2010 as a group. But no, I'm not a part of a record label or sign. I ain't got no 360 deal or nothing like that, man. So, the music is the outreach program. It's the propaganda that we need. So that's how I look at it.
Yeah. Your subscribe, man, because I want to talk a little bit more about your music, man. Describe, man, what kind of hip hop you do, man? Like what genre would you put, man, your hip hop in, man? Would you put it in an alternate hip hop, boom bap, bounce, roll, rap, chop? Now we know it's not chop and screw. I'm just throwing some things. Crunk, G-funk, hard hip hop, gangster hip hop, horrorcore, hyphy. They got all these different genres now. Jerkin, drill, conscious, and some people even with when we listen to people that they talk this black power, people that black power. So how people talk, talk about upliftment, man, and what I'm saying, respecting the women, and you taking care of your kids, you know what I'm saying, and studying your history, you know what I'm saying, removing yourself from European thought and etc. They would say they will put the hip hop artists under conscious rap. So are you because some people may be like, hey, I'm not a conscious rapper. You may have your own genre. But what, so what genre of music that you make, man?
Honestly, I mean, yeah, I do hip hop. So people want to call it rap, but I call it soul music, man. And I say soul music because I'm speaking from the soul, like, so the influences of my music ain't just rap, like, jazz, the soul singers of the 60s and 70s. Like, I've been influenced by reggae, blues. You know, I mean, I'm from the Delta, like Tom Bluff, like I'm from Southeast Arkansas, so blues is a heavy influence. Where I'm from. So all of those elements play into the music that I make. So I call it soul music because that's where my music is coming from. Hip hop is just a form of music that I do. That's what it's made for. It's soul music to me. So I ain't singing, but the soul is in the music, man. The soul is in the sound. I'm not necessarily making music for material purpose. I'm trying to impact your soul and your mind.
Okay, so what Obafemi process look like, man, when he's finna do some music, man, and record some music. So what's your process like?
So I really so I made beats for about 15 years, man.
So what you use? What you use? Who you what you say?
I grew up, growing up here in hip hop, bro. So like boom bap sampling, that's what I love to do. You know what I'm saying? So I'm digging in the crates, records, sampling. I was using Fruity Loops. You know what I'm saying? But I had a record player and I sampled the record from the record and made my own beats, stuff like that. So that's what my heart is. But at the same time, like trying to appeal to younger people, like their minds ain't tuned into boom bap. So even though I love boom bap and I'll do a song or two here and boom bap, you got to do some trap type beats. You know what I'm saying? So I'll do some of that to try to appeal to a younger generation. I'm 42 years old, man. So I don't want to. I ain't just talking to folks my age. I'm trying to reach younger generation. You know what I'm saying? So, that's who really needs to get it. At my age is dying from heart disease and diabetes and stuff. A lot of us ain't getting shot and killed in the streets from the music that we listen to. The younger generation is, and their biggest influence is the music, man. How we get into relationships with our women, how we deal with one another as brothers. Like a lot of that stuff is shaped by the music that we hear. And so my process, man, I've written raps on the road, driving from, you know what I'm saying? The process is crazy sometimes, man. It really just depends on. Sometimes I have a concept. So the project that we're working on right now, we developed a concept, an overall concept for the project, and then we kind of outline what songs we want to touch on, like what topics we want to touch on. So then I'll just go back and all right.
Do you like? Okay, so which do you like, producing more than rapping, or you got the love is mutual for both?
I think that I continue to do the rapping. Like I probably would still be making beats. I done had some issues and stuff happen with equipment and all of that, man. And just more stuff happened in life, so I just kind of put the beats down for a minute because it was easier for me to write and trying to get all of my equipment back and all of that kind of stuff. So I just stuck to the rapping aspect. Beat making has always been where my heart was. When I was probably 7 or 8, like I had an older brother and a cousin. We formed a little rap group, and I I was real young, like me and Run DMC during this time. They was the rappers, I was the beatboxer. I was the one who beat on the table or making a piece with my mouth. Like that's what I was into. I was shy, so I didn't really want to say nothing. So, but now it's like, yo, I gotta say something. Too many people got opportunity to say something, they ain't saying that. So I feel like I had to speak up.
Yeah, what Sutex says he don't, and you had what he said but does he write first or does he pick the beat? So do you pick the beat first or you write first and then pick the beat later?
I do both. Yeah, I do both. Sometimes I write without a beat, but I just have an idea and I'll write something. And sometimes, you know, we got a beat we done chose, our beat I done chose, and I'm gonna go and write to the beat. So I do both. Yeah,
Okay. Both. No doubt. Teddy Ushma Atras and Neferu. What about the grandfather of booty shaking music, Uncle Luke? I gravitated to Uncle Luke back in the day, man. I went to go see a live performance from Luke. I had to be was I in high school then? I was in high school, man. It blew my mind, man, with them women he had up on stage, man. I like some of the fast music that Uncle Luke, put out. Back then, if I was an adult and had children, hell no, my children wouldn't be able to go see that. I don't even think that my grandmother knew I went to that concert, man. I think she probably would have handcuffed me to the bed if she would have knew who Luke was and and how he get down, man, when his live performances and stuff like that, man. But man, I kind of lost train of thought because I kind of want to stay on the beat making and deliver what you say you do. It's both, like so how fast does it take you? Do it take you a while to write the beat, to write the beat, to write your music, or it's just once you get locked in, it just flows, or you got or especially just say when you hear a track, so you have to take the track home and vibe off the track a little bit and write to it, or I'd be like, okay, Obafemi, man, you come to the studio. I'm like, I'll pull up some, bro. Let's go. Let's do it, man. You like, they can't help in that, or you be like, well, no, I have to, like I'm saying, I'm asking like what your process, everybody's process is different. Some people can, hey, let's go. And some people like, man, I have to sit with the track and feel the track for a minute and then I'm able to write. So how that is for you?
I take some time on my tracks, depending on the concept or idea. Some beats I'm just writing. Like, I ain't even got no concept. Some beats just stick out to me, and where my mind is already on, that's just what's gonna flow out. Sometimes even they say, hey, we want to talk about a certain topic or a subject in a song, and so that process may take a little longer for me because there's things that I want to, depending on the topic, I want to make sure I mention. So that process usually takes a little longer, but if it's just something in general, like, yo, we just gonna sit over this, like, all right, I can write something, 15, 20 minutes, I'm ready to roll.
No doubt. And I think when even before I had a studio back in the day, I used to go to a studio called GME Studios, and the guy, this before I started doing music, and he kind of influenced especially me and another cat to start doing music. So we bought a Roland Trident and started doing music. And I know even if I went to the studio and he had something, I can sit down, or we'll ask him to do us a track, and he do a track, we go pay for it, and we go pay for it there, and then we write and we book the studio time and we write, right? And at that point, for me, I used to command just flow. It didn't matter, you know, whatever the beat may say, I may come up with something. Hey, I got something to that, you know, and I may have something I may already had started, or something I may, or another one of my brothers, because I used to be in a group called 3-Pack. You know, back in the days, it was 3 Pimpin' Ass Thugs. That was the name of the group. And it was quicker for me to write. And I was writing because fast. I don't think I could do that now because, like I said, even when I put out a bunch of CDs, then I stopped. I did the studio thing where we would book out the studios. We would do tracks for people, do a whole CD for people, or just they come in, they bring their own stuff. We let them record, you know, by the hour and etc. But I think that and now that I took a break, like you said, things happen. One of my partners that I had the studio, he ended up leaving where I was from. He left where we was both in Hattiesburg. I'm back in Brookhaven. He came back to Brookhaven first. So when he moved back, we kind of split the stuff up. So when we split the stuff, I just took a break from music altogether. So now, like I'm saying, after about 9 years, I started back into stuff again to try to, you know, write. So I think, and I'm finna get back into the writing part. I'm just trying to get my music and stuff back together. So, and they got all these different software because I used to use Fruit Loops too to do beats. So now I got an MPC. So I use the MPC beat software program, and they got all these different plugins, which make it easier. Then, you know, with the samples, it make it easier with the samples. I don't have to, even though I don't know how to do that, but I would like to learn how to dig in the crates and get them and actually do the samples myself. You know what I'm saying? But I think for me now, for me to actually compose and write something, I think I probably would have to do the same thing. I think I would have to sit down and just vibe with the beat and then write instead of just writing. Because back then I could just write something because all I got to write something is talking about slanging and how and hit something with the gun and add the B and the dub rims and stuff, and then it hit off. You know, foolishness. It's nothing to do. But when you're trying to do something, you know what I'm saying, positive and for it to resonate with people and people to actually feel you and it actually be some type of good substance, it's going to take some time to sit down and do because you want to get it right. I think I definitely would do the same thing, man, is take my time. Hey, man, let me sit down for a minute or let me take it home and come back and I have you something, you know, in a day or two. So, man, traveling, man. So you've been on the road traveling, man. So have you been doing a lot of the music shows, or you been doing like a lot of activism, you know, because I've been seeing you on the road, you know, like I said, I've been seeing you on the road a lot, man. So it's been like a lot of shows or we can't even hear you now. We can't hear you. You don't went totally mute on us. And it's unmuted. Hello? We still can't hear you.
I would say it's a mixture of the two. It's been a mixture of the two. Can you hear me?
And I seen up a live performance from you. Yeah, I can hear you. Okay, go ahead.
Can y'all hear me now?
Yeah, you good. You good.
Can you hear me? Okay.
Now you back on mute.
I would say it's been a mixture of the two. It's been a mixture of the two. I've been doing performances. I've been performing.
Yeah, you good. You good.
Okay. Yeah, I've been doing a mixture of the two. It's activism, but these events that I've been going to, I've been, asked to perform and things like that. So, organizing different events, and basically, hey, we need you to come and give us some entertainment, like give some positive words to the people, for how you do. So, I'm very appreciative of these opportunities to just be in front of our people and to share that message in the way that I do. It's a privilege, but it's an honor because you can take your time to say anything. So what I'm deciding to put into my music, my message to the people. I don't take that lightly.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, because music is an important part of African culture, man. Like, no matter what they are doing, it's music involved, brother. It's music involved. And when you look at oral tradition, like a lot of people don't understand oral tradition. Like they don't understand oral traditions and how they was able to keep some of their traditions intact because it's a methodology when it comes to oral tradition. It's not just mouth to ear. It's methodology. It's so many different elements that comes with oral tradition. And one of that is music. And even the keepers of that keepers of that community information, or the teachers of the community, are what they call jalis or griots, or what we may refer to them as griots as the males and griotes as the females. They were also not only historians, they were also musicians. So they taught the people through music as well. They elevated the people through music as well. They was able to keep their traditions intact through music as well. So music is a it's actually a part, and I wrote in my book a whole chapter about music. When you talk about African spirituality or African religion, or what we trying to call it now, Kimoyo, that is one of the elements of the traditions is music. So we can't take music slightly. So I appreciate the things that you're doing. And that's why they actually, when you go to these events that you have, because like I said, I've been seeing you doing a lot of traveling to these different events, and they've been asking you to speak because that is an essential part. That's an essential part. The music is an essential part. We're not going to have anything and not bring that musical element, and you coming and you dropping them jewels, you know what I'm saying? And in the same time you dropping them jewels, they getting something out of it. You teaching them something, man, when you spitting them bars, man. So, again, man, music is a definitely, man, a key element, man, when it comes to music. But let's talk about, and the first time I seen a live performance from you. You may not know it. I got introduced to you through Baba M. Hotep. He put out the book, It's African Manhood in the 21st Century. He invited me to the Zoom, so he invited me to the Zoom thing, and I was there, you know what I'm saying, and it was you and another brother who actually performed, and I was like, man, who are these cats? And he told me who you were, and I don't know. I don't think I was your friend on Facebook. I wasn't your friend. Actually, after the performance, after y'all performed, I went immediately to Facebook, and I sent you a friend request. I sent you a friend request. I sent Bomani a friend request, and I sent, which Omo Wale is not a hip hop artist, but he was on the panel. When I heard him speak, I shot him a friend request. I'm about to interview Omo Wale. I've been trying to get him on too. Our schedule's been conflicting, but now we done worked it out where I'm able to get him. So I got introduced to y'all, but that I think y'all was in the park or somewhere, weren't you? In the park. Yeah, man. So yeah, so I said, man, that was dope, man. So I started kind of checking you out then and kind of following you, and then I was trying to get some artists on earlier, but I'm kind of glad I wasn't able because I wanted to make sure I wanted to kind of invest a little bit more on myself and kind of get a proper studio setting before I actually started doing it. And you know, and I'm glad that I was able to, you know, get some of your music and listen to some of your stuff on your YouTube page. I need some more music too, man. I ain't gonna lie, I need some more music. And so I tried, I don't know, you know, Rocka and Musa.
Yeah, I know them.
Yeah, and actually, yeah. So, and actually, from that performance that y'all did, that's where I got the idea. When I did my book release, I got to have some hip hop artists too. So I ended up getting them, and they some dope artists, man. I like them. I reached out to them. I'm gonna try to reach out to them again because I hope that this show, the next show, the next show, it it helps me. Y'all actually help me catapult this Warrior Scholars hip hop edition, where I'm able to, you know, or hip hop artists of y'all caliber able to come on and able to, you know, come on and be comfortable, man. You know what I'm saying? And we talk about some hip hop, man, and about some of the things, man, that y'all are actually doing, man. So man, let's talk about your thing, man. I ain't gonna hold you too long because we've been, let me see where we've been at, because I try not to hold you too long. Wow, man, we've been on an hour and 22 minutes, man. So I try not to be over. Huh?
I said, we rocking, man. We rocking and rolling. You know.
Yeah, I'm enjoying it too, man. But I try not to let the shows be over an hour and a half. I try to base it an hour, but if it goes over, that's cool. I just try not to make it be over an hour and a half. So, but let's talk a little bit more about your activism too, man. Like you doing some stuff in the community. You got like a community guard. You got other stuff going on, man. Can you kind of talk about like some of the stuff, man, that you're actually doing, or the group that you associated, some of the things that y'all are actually doing in the community?
Yeah, man. You know, I've heard a stigma of artists who have been labeled conscious. It was like they not active, so they just rapping about stuff. Even with the whole idea of hip hop, like keeping it real. So if you're rapping gangster stuff, you got to be doing it in the streets. Like you got to be about that life. So I take that into account. Like what I put into my music, we talking about what we do. So you know, I've been growing food for 10. This made 10 years this year, and we developed we started doing community cleanups in the neighborhood. A couple of brothers. We started a group called the Arkansas RBG, and linked it up with some brothers and sisters in Little Rock for Arkansas RBG. So we started doing community cleanups, and they kind of transpired into getting a old lot that had been trashed, cleaning it up, and began to grow food on a empty lot. So we got three lots in the city right now. We're going into our 5th year. 2022 will be our 5th year of operation. So we're official business now. So we're looking to create employment opportunities for our own people. You know, so we put the flag up in the garden. We planted it on the sidewalk, and we got about three houses on the block that put up their red, black, and green flags. You know, on the same block as the community garden now. So just having that type of impact in our community. Right now, I'm sitting at me and my wife to be. We are opening an African-centered school here in Compton called the Sankofa Institute. And so it's a micro school. So our model is we only looking to get about 15 students K through second grade. So, education and socialization is very important in the process of liberation. So, that's something else that we're working on. Also part of the.
Oh, and with that, and that kind of fall into a question because I wanted to get into the music and got away from the Pan-African, and you kind of set that question back up. So, how important is a Pan-African education, man? How important that is for our children, man?
To me, it's a paradigm shift. We have to have an operating system that's going to maximize the best of who and what we are. And nobody else's system outside of an African-centered system is going to do that for us. For African people, they need an African operating system. And that education is that system. I also know that there are African-centered schools across the United States, and we have to systematize those things. We have to develop a system. So we're up against a system. So as we continue to build schools, we got to link up some of what we're doing, so we will have an operating system. So no matter whether I'm in Mississippi or California or Detroit or Florida, we're getting some of the same things based on this systematic approach that we've taken towards education. So I think it's very paramount that we instill and have an African-centered education, but not just we just want to learn about facts and history. We talk about how to build a nation. Like, what's the infrastructure of building a nation? What are those key areas that you need in order to build infrastructure for a city, a town, a family? You know what I'm saying? Manhood, womanhood training, those types of things. That's African-centered education. Character building, primary and foremost before you go into getting into a relationship, even learning the alphabet, the ABCs, developing that character in a child, instilling those values, morals, and principles that you want to seek forth in your community. Those things are paramount. That's some of the things that we're focusing on.
No doubt, man. No doubt. I know it's gonna turn out pretty good too, man. Because I see how, and you say it's K through 2.
Yeah.
That what you say? Oh, and I see how you, like I said, I see how you hands on with your daughter, man. How old your daughter is?
She'll be 3 in March.
Okay, man, she a smart little 2-year-old. She a smart little 2-year-old, man. But you got anything, man? But before we wrap it up, man, any new projects, man, coming out, man? Something that you're working on that may be out in the future that you want people to be looking out for?
Yeah, man. Again, I just want to thank you for this opportunity to talk to the people, man, and just give an opportunity to share a little bit more about myself. I am working with another project in the city. I've organized artists in my local area. We have a project called Change the Narrative.
Yeah, I've seen the video.
Yeah. So, regardless of their background or their ideological thing, we saying, hey, we got to change the narrative of our music to be more uplifting, to empower our people in our community. So, we've been working on this for we're going into our second year now. So, we got a video out, and the song that you saw All In, it'll be out on all platforms December the 9th. So that's changed the narrative of the song. It's called All In. The video is out on YouTube.
Yeah, that's dope too, man. I like that. Like that video, man. Damn near everybody on there busting, man. I like that, man. So for anybody else, man, that may want to reach you, man. Or before we get off, I want to talk about real quick. How are they able to get any of your apparel? Can you get it, people? Because you got like I said, I like the dope shirts you got, man. I seen the dope shirt, yeah. So where can they?
So you can find this shirt and so many other designs I got. My own label is called 720 Sage Wear. So you can go to www.720sagewear.com, or you can find me on Instagram or Facebook at 720 Sage Wear. The number 720 Sage Wear. That's it. No Instagram, no Facebook, and it's got our own website.
Yeah, he got some nice little dope shirts on there, man. I was actually on there, might have been last week I was on there, but I'm definitely gonna that one right there like really caught my eye, so I'm definitely gonna get that one right there, man. So go and support the brother music, go and support his apparel company, man. I want to say again, man, I appreciate you, man, coming on the platform, man. I appreciate you sharing I feel like I know a little bit more, a little bit more about you. I knew a little something about you, Father, as far as me looking and seeing what you do when you go live, or I see you on Instagram, or see you with your daughter, your daughter reading. So I appreciate, man. Again, man, I appreciate you, man. You coming on. You could have been doing anything else with your time, man, but you came on. We talked about music, man, and hopefully, like I said, you and brother Oluwaseyi springboard this special edition hip hop for the Warrior Scholar Show, man. I say, man, keep doing what you're doing, man. If you need anything, man, from me, just holler at me, bro. And if I can do it, brother, I guarantee you, man, I'll do it. If I can't, I'll let you know, man, I can't do that right now. But if I can do it, I guarantee, I'll come through, man. For you, man. So that y'all have it, to give it up one more time for our brother Obafemi. All right, so man, we out of here, man. I'm gonna say I said Shimim Hotep in the beginning, ETM Hope in the beginning, which means bring forth peace. So now I'm gonna say ETM Hotep. Shimim Hotep, Lord. Shimim Hotep just means to depart in peace. Again, peace and Black African power. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. This is the first interview of 2 interviews, which I'm calling the RBG Hip Hop Weekend interview. So tomorrow I'll be interviewing another brother. We'll be talking about his latest CD, Ashe 2. I can't forget what the subtitle is. But tune in tomorrow at 4 p.m. Central Standard Time for that. And we out of here. I'm gonna leave y'all with this dope track. It's called Terrorism, right? Obafemi, the remix of Terrorism, right? And this is yes, sir, man. It's definitely, bro, a fire track, man. And hey, two there. Oh, hold on. Go open the door for your sister. So we out of here, man. I'm gonna leave y'all with this song, man. We out, man. Peace and Black African power again, man. Let me go back over here because I got the wrong one pulled up. Let's pull it up. All right.
It's over. Yeah. Obafemi, man. You know it. It's so. Shout out to United First. Yeah. Hey. Hey. Cognitive dissonance, colonized indigenous minds, bodies, innocence, European participants, Jesus no deliverance, rebellion with militants, culturally different, rape, murder incidents, justice no equivalence, lyrical abolitionists, ancestral reverence, soul music the resonance, mind sharp like elephants, melanin glow, elegance, imperial pestilence, governmental negligence, miracle black excellence, manipulate the elements, formulate with eloquence, bars of social relevance, United Snakes decadence, African-centered preference, our people set the precedence, MCE the delegates, go and check the references. Eat it out the sediment, evaporating impediments. This that shit excrement, our story indefinite. Saying cover by increments. Body temple instrument tuned into the infinite. Over.